Hey there, it's Aaron. It is November 23rd, 2014. It's about 11:51 p.m. right now. I'm looking at my computer. And as you can tell, I'm pretty tired. But I want to make a video. A video I've been meaning to do for some time. Uh, Sorry about the lack of light. If I turn that light on over there, it's going to be an eyesore. So, I'm just using the desk lamp here and the light over there, so. Alright, so obviously the bottom of the video says that this video is going to be about Yoko Ono. Now, she gets a bad rap. In my opinion, she really gets grilled by Beatles fans. I actually don't think she's bad at all. In fact, I really like Yoko. I think she's pretty cool. I know it's not uh, popular opinion, but I think she's very well spoken, and when it comes to her music, uh, she's got her own style. And I really do enjoy her music. Though when getting into the Beatles about 14 years ago, it's been now, when the Beatles 1 came out, that was a big deal. And I wanted to know as much as I could about the Beatles when I got into them. And one of the things you pick up on is that Yoko is not liked, so I stuck to that. Dad and I were hanging out. One of the last times we ever really got to hang out was St. Patrick's Day, 2001. This great memory, by the way. It was during then that he decided to take me to this music store called Coconuts, which is out of business now. And he treated me to the then recent reissue of All Things Must Pass by George Harrison. And he bought for himself, although after he passed months later, became my copy of Double Fantasy. He owned a vinyl copy himself, but like my parents' other vinyl records, it was ruined in a flood they had one of their earlier houses. This was my first time getting to hear Yoko, and I mean, her first track on Double Fantasy is Kiss Kiss Kiss. And I really didn't think too much of it, but there were other songs on Double Fantasy that I liked. Today, Kiss 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 is okay. I think there are other songs that are better than that. And I thought, this really isn't all that bad. And then as the years went along, I just thought, I don't think she's a bad person. Now, when I tried getting into her music, I thought, some of this is really good. I mean, it's strange, but it's really good. I mean, I already have an appreciation for Frank Zappa and then later Captain Beefheart. I mean, I just have a taste for the bizarre. That's just me. But 6 years ago, I finally got around to owning her music, and as of now, I own a lot of her music. So I thought I would just do a video about it. So please note that not everything is on hard format or physical format I have. Most of them are vinyl rips and whatnot, and from iTunes. So or MP3s or whatnot. So just start going through her discography and see what happens. So okay, Yoko's first album was Plastic Ono Band. Now, for those of you who think I'm holding up a John Lennon album, you're wrong. This is his Plastic Ono Band. As you can see, they have, well, you can see my laptop monitor, but you can also see that they're, I mean, you can have a closer look at them on your own laptop or computer or whatever you have, but they are almost identical covers, with them switching positions. For Plastic Ono, for John's, he's laying in Yoko's lap, and vice versa for Yoko's. Now, John and Yoko had undergone primal therapy before making these albums. And what primal therapy did, I mean, you can go look it up. and see for yourself, uh, going through the therapy, they remembered their childhood, which is probably why for both albums they have pictures of them as children. So, I mean, there's something right there. So, they thought about childhood memories, and for John, it was a very personal album with songs like Mother, Working Class Hero, God, and so forth and so forth. So, for Yoko, she decided to just let it all out, and boy, does she. I mean, this album has so much going on here. It's very, very experimental, very avant-garde, and there's a lot of jazz influences here, like experimental. There's a lot going on here. Now, this isn't the easiest album to sit through, but the last time I heard it, I mean, with experimental music, you gotta be in the right mood for it. Like, if you're really having a bad day, this is not what you want to hear. No. I mean, you got to be in the right mood to listen to it. So, I mean, if you can't listen to it, then it's just not your music. But uh, Yoko, with Plastic Ono Band, hers is much more experimental than John's. With John's, he wrote from the heart. Now, I'm not going to argue that Yoko didn't do the same, but for her, it was more experimental affair. I mean, the first track, Why, is bonkers. It's just John, Classical Woman, the guy who drew the cover for Revolver, and Ringo, playing on the drums, and they're just jamming out, and Yoko's just there screaming. Why not? Greenfield Morning. Just listen to the drumming from Ringo. It's a good album. It's a good album. Again, you gotta be in the right mood to listen to it. But for her first album, it's not bad. Okay, her second album was 1971's Fly, and this one is a double album. The first disc, or the sides 1 and 2, are very, very good. Very good. However, when you get to disc 2, that's when it starts to get a little bit weird. I mean, it's already weird on the first disc. But I think if she had just left it as a single album, it would have been better. I mean, that's just my opinion. But the first disc has all the great songs on here. Midsummer New York's a good 12-bar blues or rock track. Sees her singing somewhat conventional song compared to the last album. Mine Train goes on for almost 17 minutes. It's still good. Don't Worry, Kyoko. You can get past the screaming introduction. It's all good fun. Mrs. Lennon is just haunting. Just great, 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 great. Hierarchy? I don't know how to say it. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's a great track. But then when it gets to the second disc, that's where it starts to. I mean, I'm seeing what she's trying to do, and I mean, it says in the liner notes on this disc here, but the Airmail, Don't Let Me Count the Waves, and Fly, which is the audio taken from one of her movies. If it had been left as a single disc, I think it would have been a better album, but for what it is, it's okay. It's good. Good album. Just mainly the first disc, though. Alright, then, chronologically, the next one that would come up is Johnny Yoko's. Well, I don't have any of their experimentals. Two Virgins, Life with Lions. No. And I don't think I'm ever going to get them. I can only stomach about 5 seconds of each album. This is their album that they made in 1972, sometime in New York City. This is an okay album. A lot of people, when it came out back in '72, not a lot of people liked it because they thought it was too political. And when you listen to the album today, it's just really strange because, I mean, most of it's dated, basically. And, but I think there's still some strong songs on here. I mean, Woman is N-word of the world. I mean, John's songs are very strong on here. Yoko's songs, however, are a little bit on the weak side. And it really pains me to say that, though I do like Sisters Oh Sisters. I think that's a great track. With Phil Spector producing it. How fitting. We're All Waters, okay. It's pretty good. Again, John's songs really pick it up on here, but it's not as bad as people say. But the live disc that comes with this, which that's where it gets really, really weird. I talked about Zappa. Zappa's on the second disc, but yeah, it's a hard one to listen. I think I only listened to it once. Okay, 1973, that was the year John and Yoko separated for 18 months, which John called his lost weekend. But for Yoko, she kept making music too, and it was during that time Yoko set John up with their friend May Pang. During this time, Yoko made her third album, and this is my favorite by her, approximately Infinite Universe. Very good album. Again, it's a double album, but there's a lot of great songs on here. Now and this is pretty hard to find on CD now. I got this about 6 years ago, and it was one of the first Yoko albums I got, and yeah, I really like it. And I think I got it for about I think $10, and now I'm seeing it online selling for $20, $30, $50. That's ridiculous for a CD. But if you can get your hands on a copy, by all means, go ahead and get it. I think it's Yoko's best. It has my favorite song by her on here, which is Death of Samantha. Yang Yang is good. The title track's pretty bonkers up. I Want My Love to Rest Tonight. You can actually hear John on the backing vocals, which I find very interesting. Pete the Dealer, Catman, Waiting for the Sunrise is good. I feel like Smashing My Face in the Clear Glass Window. Some of her songs could be funny. Kite Song, Move On Fast, it's a good hard rocker. Looking Over My Hotel Window, Over My Hotel Window. Yeah, it's a really good album. Maybe she could have cut it a little bit shorter, but yeah, it's my favorite of hers. And this is where she started making conventional music, like more getting her stuff played on the radio, because her first two albums, no. Alright, then her next album after that would be Feeling the Space, I think. I'm going to check my phone here and see if the next one is... Yeah, Feeling the Space. And then 1974 she made A Story, but that wasn't released until 97. Those albums I do not own. Then 1975, along with John retiring from the music business to take care of Sean, Yoko followed suit. So, and they didn't make an album until 1980. I'm going to stop the video here and make a second part. Sorry about these videos being long, but I have a lot to say about them. So we covered about 4 albums there. But I'll cut it here and save the rest for the next video.